A little bit? A little homesick? No? Nobody wants to talk to me today? Are you mad because I canceled class last week? Are you mad? Sydney's y'all are laughing, so I guess that's a no. Okay. Oh, there you go. In case you were missing that. All right, let's go over the instructions for this week. Just a reminder that this is an A week, classes time. So that means that you've got formatives on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for attendance. Also, those are accumulating for grades. Progress reports went in on Friday. So I just went ahead and take the averages of that window of time for your formatives. So if you're building up hundreds and 80s and those kinds of things, it's going to count for you when it goes to go in for the grades. Overall, I've been trying to make Fridays kind of easy. You know, something that doesn't take very long, something a little bit fun. I don't know, it gets a little oppressive with a lot of assignments, and I just want to, I mean, I have to have you do something. You have to come and tell me that you exist still, but I want to make sure that there's something, on Fridays I feel like it can be a little, oh good. On Fridays I feel like it can be a little lighter and not as, focused on scary future things, which I'm trying to introduce to you sort of gradually. Obviously, this is a hybrid transition that's starting. Teachers will be back on campus. We'll all be here next week. I'm going to be here Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm not going to be here because the other group is coming in. And then next week we go full force. But I don't think there's going to be very many students. I don't know if you saw this. I sent it out. It's attached to the stuff for today, but I sent it out last week when they went through and approved this. So it seems pretty certain. I didn't get anything over the weekend that said, oh, never mind, you don't have to come. So I think this is going to go into place. Now, keep in mind that you can stay on virtual as long as you want to. They're going to send you a survey at every 6 weeks, probably about 2 weeks before the end of the 6 weeks, for you to fill out and say, do I want to go to hybrid and be on the campus, or do I want to stay at home and do virtual? So every 6 weeks you have to fill that out, because in the grade program, it tells us which students are supposed to be coming to school and which ones we see virtually. So I imagine as people start to come to school, we'll have to do something where there's a couple people here in class. Maybe I'll set up like a video station so you can see class. I don't know how that's going to work. And then some people will still be at home. I know there's some people who are going to pretty much plan on staying virtual all year. And so I'm already kind of preparing for that. So then what they did was those people who do want to come back to school, it's a staggered sort of situation. Oh. Okay, stop touching it. So the way that it's going to work is that if you want to come back to campus, there's a certain time when you can return, depending mainly on your grade situation. So obviously any students who don't have internet, don't have connectivity, that's not you because you're here in this meeting, but if you know of someone who hasn't been able to get onto the, the Wi-Fi, or they haven't been able to use, they don't have computer, whatever, they can be coming up to school if they want to. And they have computer labs open for them to work with social distancing and all that. Also starting this week, students in 5th, 6th, and 12th grade who are failing 2 or more core subjects can start to come back to school. So obviously students who've been struggling through the process of virtual learning might do better if they came to school on a, more of a schedule and, were face to face with their teachers plexiglass to face with their teachers and all of that stuff. And then also WISD staff, if they want to bring their children who are enrolled in that school. So like if I had a kid and they were at, some elementary school, then they could go because they're my student, my kid. And then next week, which is week 10, They're adding, you can see they're keeping the same stuff 1 and 2 from this week, and they're adding number 3, first, second, third, fourth, seventh, eighth, and ninth grade students who are failing 2 or more core subject areas. Most of you guys are probably not failing any classes, so you can see that it's going to be a while before, if you want to come to campus, then they're going to be ready to accept you. Week 11 is adding number 4, says 10th and 11th grade students who are failing 2 or more core subject areas. And then all 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students and their siblings, 6th and 9th grade students. And then the following week, any students who want to come back for hybrid. So that would be the week of what, 16th of November, the week before Thanksgiving, I guess. But if you want to remain at home, then you can still do that. Okay. Questions on that plan? Maybe you already knew all that. I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things that it's worth telling. Of course, I've told you a couple different plans that didn't work out. Project, already talked about that. Goal is to submit your Apply Texas and your FAFSA by the end of October. Hey, the end of October is Saturday. Did you know that? Yeah, it is. So Halloween is on Saturday. I don't think it's going to be much of a Halloween. They canceled trick-or-treating. Not supposed to do trick-or-treating. I'm still going to buy candy, but that's because I always do that. You either buy the candy that you don't like and then you don't eat it, but in this case, I'll just buy the kind I like because nobody's coming. I don't know. I wouldn't want to eat anybody's candy that's been in their house anyway. Who knows if they had COVID or what their situation is. I don't know. Everybody, all the kids' costumes are under their hazmat outfits. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, you should be finishing that up. I've been reading a lot of college admissions essays. I've been looking at a lot of those, personal statements, people who are doing short answers. There are some schools that have additional short answers like Baylor. So make sure that you meet all the requirements, not just on Apply Texas, but go to the website of the schools that you're applying to and look to see if they have any additional elements. Just go to the admissions section and you'll be able to figure that out. But you should be wrapping that up, you know, end of October, beginning of November. Let me go through the assignments and then I'll come back and do the lesson. I want to show you a video today, and it's a video that's for the formative, so it kind of feeds into what you're going to be doing over in the formative today anyway. So, all right, assignments are the formatives as usual for attendance. Also, it's not for this week. I have it due a week from Wednesday, so the 4th of November. I would like your new proposal for your new project. So what I did was I made an assignment here. And I just put the assignment right there because you can do that in Google Classroom. I have to make a document for everything. So this is not due this week. I want you to focus on your college applications, your FAFSA, whatever you need to finish up from that. If you have extra time, you could start thinking about your proposal, but this isn't technically due until the 4th of November. And this is going to be our second and final project for the semester. So this one's going to take us through probably like the first week of December it will be due. This one is going to be focused more on you. And I've talked to some of you about this in your conferences because some people were, you know, talking to me about their plans for the future, and some things are uncertain, and that's normal. And I wanted to give everybody an opportunity to do a project for class where we can use our research skills and our writing and, you know, reading and all of that. But we can also prepare for our future plans or start to think about things. There's some things that it'd be good if you spent some time checking into, but priorities being what they are, you just never get around to it. So I want you to choose something about your future that you want to spend some time investigating and propose a project to me that is the end result of that. So let me give you some examples. I put the format, I think I put the format thing on there, yeah. This is the same format as the first project. It's the same proposal format, but I did put some ideas on here. You don't have to do these. I just picked 3 areas because you're high school students, so 3 main areas of your future are college, professions, and just sort of like adult life. So if you are in a situation where you know that you want to study a certain field, but you don't know what kind of major that you want to do in that field, maybe you want to design a research project for yourself that looks into that. Or maybe you want to find out what's the best way to transition to college life, or what's the difference between, you know, like a psychologist and a psychiatrist, or like maybe you want to compare degree plans between two different things that you're thinking about studying, and just say, well, what would I really, what kind of classes would I really be taking if I wanted to be in chemical engineering, for example? Like, what does that really look like? What level of math am I going to have to be able to do? And what does the homework look like in those classes? You can research all that stuff's online. So you can go and look at what's coursework. So what's the coursework for chemical engineering major, or whatever. I just put examples here in brackets. You can insert, you know, like whatever. Some people are thinking, I get a lot of, I'm going to do my basics and then I'm going to go to. Well, what does it take to transfer to another school? What's involved there? What do you have to do? What are the steps? How do you make that successful transition for yourself? So that's just for ideas. You can think of anything in that realm that suits you, right? Also professions. If you're thinking, wow, it'd be really cool to be, you know, like in forensics, or I really, really want to be a high school English teacher, whatever thing is interesting to you, then you can pursue that. I mean, just because you know what a pharmacist does doesn't mean that you know what a pharmacist does on a daily basis, like what they're responsible for and so on. So you could look up what's the daily work of that field. You could even compare to, you know, like say, I have students all the time who are like, I don't know if I want to be a civil engineer or a doctor. Well, those are two completely different paths and two completely different jobs. So maybe you want to kind of like research life as a doctor, life as, you know, as a physician, life as a civil engineer, and just see what would your daily life be like. That's a good one to do if you want to mentor. I can probably find somebody in the field that you're interested in. I've been doing this a long time, so I have 28 years worth of students that I can call on to be, you know, if you want to do a survey or ask them questions, or, you know, who work in those fields. So if you have a field that you're interested in, we can probably find somebody that fits it. What are the requirements to be whatever job you want? Sometimes it's not just the degree. Sometimes you have to have multiple degrees just to get a job in a field, or you need to get certification, or, you know, that kind of thing, and maintain a certain amount of training. Take a test. Yeah. Tests aren't over when you finish college. I still take them every year. They have tests that they give us. What's the difference? I already talked about that one. Okay, then think about adult life. Like if that stuff, if like too much college thinking is like not where you want to be right now, then just think, okay, well, what kind of adult do I want to be? Probably you've been thinking about that, right? Like, you know, what does a person have to do to make sure that they're financially secure? Right now, probably you're just thinking, oh, I just need a good job. If I get a good job, everything will be set. Yeah, until you buy that house and until you've got those bills, and until like, so what does it take to really be financially secure if that's something that you're interested in? Or maybe you know that one day you want to buy your own home, you want to invest in that. What is that process? What do you even do? Where do you start if you wanted to buy a house or adopt a child? I had a student who did that project last year. I know I want to adopt, but I don't really know how that works, or what are the expenses involved, et cetera, et cetera. So you can just think about that also. What if I want to relocate to North Dakota? What is that going to entail? One time last year I had somebody who did, after I graduate college, I want to live the bohemian life. I want to get like a travel trailer, and I just want to get like a German Shepherd, and I just want to travel around and live life. What do you have to do to make that work? Well, find out, right? So this project is completely designed by you. I do want you to use the same proposal so I get a feel for who is your audience. What are you thinking in terms of your end result product? All of those things that are on here. So make sure that you think about what would be the end result of your project. In what way, I mean, it's going to serve you to do the research, but in what way would this project also help other people? maybe, I'm sure you're not the only one who wants to be a psychiatrist, right? So what are some other ways that you could present your findings so that you're not the only one who learns from it, you can also project that out there and other people can learn from your research as well. So think about a timeline. They need to be done by the end of the first semester. So you can pick a timeline that's in there. When do we finish? It's like the 17th or something. Yeah. So this project should be done by then. Oh, I need to take this off, right? I need to change this one. So we're gonna call this personal research project, no later than, let's say, I think it's the 17th, but I'll go back and check. All right, so questions on that proposal? Just be thinking about it for the next few days, and then you can write it up once you've got your ideas. Any questions? I don't see anything in the chat. Okay, I don't think that's a new topic. I was talking about that with a lot of people during the conferences, so. All right, last thing for today is I want to watch a video together, and I hope that it sounds all right. Over on the formative, I wanted you to watch this short video and then comment on this young man. What's the question for today? His name's Gordon Wayne. What part of his story inspires you the most is the question, and what can we learn from him? I'm just telling you that now so that while you're watching the video, you can keep that in mind. And then I also put some things about him, like if you want to follow him on Instagram or other things as well. So let me go ahead and play this video for you. I think I have to turn off my AirPods. And play this video. I don't want to take you guys off until I know that it works. Okay, play it.
The young man and his long walk.
Can you hear it?
Tonight, Gordon Wayne and his remarkable journey, more than 500 miles on foot. Gordon is from Caroline County, Virginia, and he was homeless just one. Download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts.
Sorry.
Tonight, Gordon Wayne and his remarkable journey, more than 500 miles on foot. Gordon is from Caroline County, Virginia, and he was homeless just 1 year ago. Living out of his car, he worked 10-hour shifts during the day at an amusement park, and he spent his nights applying to college, getting into a local community college, and then over the summer, getting word he'd been accepted to his dream school, Boston College, on a full scholarship. And because of his own hardship, he thought of the estimated 500,000 homeless in this country and decided to walk to college 550 miles away to raise money for people like him, documenting his journey for us.
Hey David, it's me, Gordon. I'm taking a break. I just walked for about 10 miles straight.
Gordon's long journey.
When I take my breaks, I just lay down on my bag like this.
The exhaustion, but he did not give up.
Every time I want to quit, I just think about the people I'm doing this for. It's bigger than myself, and I have to keep going.
Walking 30 to 40 miles a day.
Hey David, it's Gordon here. Today, Ashley and her mom brought me some supplies.
Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, and finally, Massachusetts. Making his way to Boston College and right into the stadium after 16 days. He made it. And tonight, Gordon's GoFundMe page, started to help the National Alliance to End Homelessness, has now raised more than $37,000.
Hello David, it's Gordon here. I'd like to welcome you to the most beautiful campus in the universe, Boston College.
Gordon now says he's home and he wants others to have the same chance.
I hope I can inspire people to keep walking, keep taking that extra step, even when it hurts, even when it's hard, even when you don't want to. There's no other choice. You have to keep going if you want to achieve what you want in life.
And so we choose Gordon Wayne, the future.
Okay, so what are your thoughts? little tear.
That's crazy.
I know, right? I get a little tear too. People have obstacles, right? Like the reason I like that video is because it shows, obstacles that people overcome, and that's a dramatic one. But I know some of you are writing that topic A paper right now. You're writing about things that you've overcome. Not everything's that dramatic, but that doesn't mean that it's not as important, So I think that it's important to look at other people's stories and look at the things that other people have accomplished and then set forth our own goals. And so I wanted to play that one for you today. Any other comments on the video? Okay. Well, you can put them in the formative for today. It's the same video. That's pretty much it for this week. Are there any questions or anything going on that you want to talk about, or questions? Would I walk 500 miles? Yeah, I would. I mean, I already went to college, but I would walk 500 miles. Can't do it right now, but yeah. Would you? I'm looking in the chat. I mean, I think part of the success that that kid had was because it should be your senior walk. Where are you gonna go? Like, there should be an end result, right? Something that's on the other side of it. You could raise money, right? What would be a good organization? It would take us a year. Well, what if we all like did a leg of it? What if like each person does 10 miles and then the next one takes over, kind of like the Olympic torch sort of thing. You could set it up like that, where you're not doing all 500 miles, but as a class, you're doing it. Thinking about the song, yeah, right. I'm not going to sing it because nobody wants to hear that. Walk into Fiesta, Texas. Yeah, that's cool. You just have to, like, it's not as altruistic as that guy. I don't know. I think that young people can be activists. That was one of our projects last year. After we finished the education reform, we focused on youth activism. And so they researched youth activists that they were interested in. But like I said, I've scaled back the projects and things this year just because I know, oh, there, we got a team going. Okay, all right. How many miles to Fiesta, Texas? Somebody Google it real fast. Shirts. Cricket. The teacher next door is yelling at no students. I don't know how that works. I don't know what's going to be our goal, just raising money to get into Fiesta, Texas. Anyway, I think young people can do great things, so I like that video for that reason. But all right. Well, any more organization, y'all can work it out, and I will definitely walk some miles for you. Okay, that's all I have. If there's anything else. Oh, how did the senior pictures turn out? How did it go? Oh, okay. Well, everybody's different. Nobody likes pictures themselves. Well, I mean, you didn't like yours. Well, I mean, a lot of people just hire their own photographers, and they gotta have the there's Photoshop. There's like, you get a photographer for an hour or two or whatever, and they go out on the railroad tracks at sunset, and you're like, you could just put your knee on, casual, just sitting there with your pictures. Everyone besides myself are beauty. Why do we criticize ourselves so much? Yeah, I know, right? I don't know. Human nature? We have to work on that. Because y'all are beautiful and handsome, and you should be super happy that you're working on your senior year and, proud of your accomplishments. And that's way more important than whether or not you look like a model in your senior pictures. But y'all look great, I'm sure. I didn't see any of the pictures, so I don't really know. But yeah, nobody's ever really satisfied with their own pictures. The only ones we're satisfied with are the ones we take ourselves at the right angle with the right light and the right filter and the right, you know, what's it called on TikTok? Beauty mode. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like we should be more accepting of who we are as people, but I know it's hard. It took me 52 years, almost 52 years to get there, so I'm okay with myself. All right. It's quiet today. I don't know if it's because I'm here in the classroom or what, but it's good to see you all. Let me go through. I want to see everybody. Let me see whoever has their cameras on. Hey, Nick. Hi. Hi, Roxana. Let me put you on the tile just so that I can see everybody. I miss you. Oh, that monkey. That monkey drinking his Capri Sun. I don't know who that is. Is that Paula? Is it Paula? Who has the monkey with the Capri Sun? Just tell me in the chat. What do you put it in the chat? There's a couple people who have disturbing images on their avatars. And when I scroll through them, it's kind of, oh, okay. It's like a crazy monster of some sort. All right, well, I won't keep you all. It was good to see you. I hope that you have a good week. If you need something, just let me know. I'm here to help you, however. I'm going to turn over my camera to cry over how our senior year is. I know. I was talking to the principal earlier today about it. They were coming around and seeing everybody in their rooms and stuff. And he said, at least this year we have the lead time to know what to do about things. I know that it's not going to be on your timetable. Is it this class that Ms. Crink came into last week? It was, wasn't it? Yeah, one of the administrators came in. They do these drop-in things to make sure you're actually, you know, teaching, I guess. Anyway, Ms. Crink came in and we were kind of like, well, I was questioning her because nobody wanted to say anything to Ms. Crink, but I'll say something to Ms. Crink. The people around here are so afraid I'm going to retire or quit that I can say anything I want pretty much. But yeah, so she said that they're already thinking about some things, but they need your ideas. Like maybe the thing, she actually said this, maybe the things that we're thinking of are lame things and you'd rather do something that you guys thought of. Remember she said that? So don't leave it to them, you know, get the student council involved. We have student council this year, right? We have all the, you know, senior class presidents, all you guys need to be coming up with ideas. Stuff doesn't happen, you know, real quick, especially now with COVID. So yeah, give input into the situation. I think we need to step up and even just, you know, collect a list of things that you and your friends have been talking about. Wouldn't it be cool if we did this? Wouldn't it be good if we did that? I think they're thinking of having some kind of graduation ceremony that's like a legitimate in-person one. They might break it up and have different ceremonies by alphabet or I don't know what, but you know, kind of give that some thought. Of course, it depends on where we are with things then, but we didn't have that opportunity last year. Why don't we ever get to paint the parking lots? I don't know. Maybe nobody ever asked. That's what I'm saying. Make a list. Somebody who wants to take charge, or all you guys, all you like people in the senior class and all the student council and the NHS officers, you guys are all in these classes. Why don't y'all make a list? Get some stuff done, officers. Trying to paint a mural of Romeo Santos. Who's that? Romeo? I don't know who that is. Is it a singer? A TikTok person? Yeah, he's a singer. Well, I mean, we'll have the wall in my room, which is making me sad right now looking at it. What should I do? By the way, if you have to go, you can just go. I'm just talking. Do you think that I should leave it like that? Or should I take everything down and paint over it and just leave it blank? Like, I don't know. I feel bad for every one of them. They started with such earnest hope and then just. All right, so if I made a doc and made everybody, made it open for everybody, you could put your ideas on it. Is that what you want me to do? Or is student council already preparing, or what's happening with senior stuff? I mean, it'd be a shame if all you got this year was a bunch of work and you didn't have any of the fun senior stuff. They already said there's not going to be a senior walk on the football field. Ms. Crank said that when she was in here. Okay, yeah, all right. I don't know. I will do it, but I don't like that idea that if you're too shy to say anything, like you have to learn to step up for things that you want in life, no? If we're in a world where people get criticized too much, we need like thicker skins a little bit. You know, I mean, yeah, I'm going to do it, but I just think give that some thought. Like sometimes you have to fight for the things that you want. You have to step up. And even if you're shy, you have to say something just to get what you want in life. So I'll make the document and then we can share it with Dr. Gumbo later on. I'll post it in Google Classroom. All right, well, I think that's enough for today. We're still going to be able to paint a block. Yes, I hope so. That's why I was saying I don't know what I should do with the wall right now because usually it's done. And I feel bad for all those kids. If I just paint it over, it's kind of like, but maybe it's better just to paint it over. Like they already moved on, right? They're already all in college. So maybe I should just. Have to give it some thought. But yes, you'll be able to paint one. I gave them the option in the spring. I gave them the size of the block. Like I sent them the actual dimensions so that they could make one on a poster board or whatever, and then I would put it up. But only 2 people took advantage of that. I think people were just done. It's our time to shine now. Oh yeah, from your bedroom. Yeah, I get it. I have to think about it. But yeah, I just feel so bad for them. They got the raw end of the deal. But all right, I'll think about it. I'll make the doc. What else can I do for you this week? Nothing. Okay. Well, contact me if you have questions. Let me know if you need something, and I will be here for you. We have 2 more weeks, and then it's the end of the second 6 weeks. So get going with your classes, FAFSA, all that good stuff, and I will see you next Monday, okay? All right, y'all have a good week. Talk to you later. Bye.